This episode of Wake Up Jab is sponsored in part by Balance Patch, Rami Wallaby Khalil's Street Fighter V character drawings, and of course, Watch Mojo's Top 10s. Hi everybody, welcome to the Wake Up Jab podcast, starring me, Draken.
I'm Burkish.
And our special guest for this week is Daniel Hambam Liang. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Cool. Well, this weekend we're going to be having Red Bull Battlegrounds here in Boston at Park Plaza, which is going to be a huge tournament. 200 plus people are currently registered. It's basically a major to get into the Capcom Pro Tour, which is really cool. We have quite a few people in New England also attending Red Bull this weekend, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But the first thing that we're going to go over is like on Friday at Balance Patch, we usually have a weekly, but this week there's actually going to be a Red Bull pre-party. So we hope to see some of y'all there. It's basically going to be like schmoozing it up with Capcom execs and like some top players, like Snake Eye's going to be there. Maybe Alex Myers is going to be there. If you want to run some casuals, we recommend you stopping by Balance Patch. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sick.
There we go.
They're going to have... What was the name of those? Mocktails? Is that what you said, Dan?
Yep, mocktails. fake cocktails, I assume.
Yeah, it's going to be Red Bull Mocktails. I don't know how good those are going to be.
Red Bull and juice.
Yeah, Red Bull and juice. A little bit of, I don't know, maybe some kind of like jungle juice without the alcohol. You think so?
Sounds pretty good, honestly. Yeah. Anything with Red Bull, it's pretty good.
You think I still haven't even tried
right now?
Red Bull.
I feel like you're just chilling right now.
I think you're chilling. I think you want to get on that Red Bull team.
Yo, responsibly Red Bull. You guys heard it first.
Yeah. I mean, this podcast gets thousands and millions of viewers, so
thousands and millions, yeah. Thousands of millions,
thousands of millions,
tons. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, that's basically what's going to be happening this weekend. So the pre-party Friday, and then the whole tournament on Saturday. So there's a couple things we want to talk about. First, other than that pre-party, we want to get an idea of we want to think about who's going to get farthest from the NEFGC, and we're going to link not the brackets, but all of the attendees for Red Bull Battlegrounds this weekend, because quite a few people are coming from New England. But I don't think it's going to be that contested between who is going to possibly get top 8 at the tournament this weekend. I'd like to get your opinion first, Daniel, just because you're our guest.
Sure thing. So the Red Bull tournament's pretty stacked, honestly. It's a lot of strong players going. As I saw saw the list of tenders earlier, it's like K-Brad, Wolf Chrome. There's a lot of people, a lot of players overseas, a lot of players from out of state. To say who's gonna make the farthest, but probably some of our strongest players in mass, like Zaf, Burkish, Up to Snuff, Cheeseburger. I think they have the best chance of making the farthest, but
you're not going to include yourself?
No, I don't like including myself.
Are you going to be playing Balrog this weekend?
Yeah, I'm probably playing Balrog.
I mean, technically, Daniel, aren't you the only one from Mass to get top 8 at a major?
Yeah.
Yes, that is true, isn't it?
So you've done it before.
That was a bit while ago, and
it doesn't matter.
It was crazy. I did not expect myself to. But yeah, it's really hard to say who's gonna make it the farthest, because first of all, the bracket hasn't been released yet, so we don't know who's playing.
Which is whack.
Yeah, but I think those are like our top 4 players that are gonna break out of pools and hopefully make top 8.
Yeah, Zaf, Burkish, Cheeseburger, and Up to Snuff.
Yeah.
And Daniel goes 0-2.
And Daniel goes 0-2.
Hey, not a surprise.
And then Draken wins the entire tournament.
I'm not entering,
what?
unfortunately. Yeah, no, I have work in the morning, so I have to just spectate. So I'm going to be watching top 8, so I hope some of us make it into top 8.
Yeah.
And I'll be spectating Sunday, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there Sunday.
It'll be a good time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nick, who do you think is going to do well?
Pretty much
from
the same.
From NEFGC.
pretty much the same as you said. I think the only other people that include is Alex Smith and Kevin Tech.
And Lucky D is entering as well.
Lucky
Remember?
D. Yeah.
Forgot
But
about these guys.
expect all those people to probably do pretty well. But I don't
Kevin
know.
is entering too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's entering. He's been practicing.
Yeah.
Good for him. Heard he's been playing Zeku a lot.
Yeah,
he said
is.
he's kind of sick of Zeku. When I talked
He's
to him,
just gonna play Ken when he enters.
Yeah, I'm sure. I really doubt he's gonna play like Zeku. Maybe I doubt he's gonna play Ed or anything like that either.
Or if they have a Dragon Ball set up there, he won't even like show up to pools.
He entered, but what's the point if Dragon Ball's there?
Dragon Ball's there. He's gonna like forget Street Fighter even exists.
Real talk.
I mean, that's fair, right? There's a couple other people I think that could make it do well. So like Island Boy is pretty good as long as he doesn't choke it up.
Hopefully.
Island Boy is great when he's great. It's just he chokes. Idealistic is pretty great too, but I haven't seen him in a while. So I'd hope he do well. Pumper Jam. I think New York is coming out, so like JB is gonna be in attendance. So we'll see how another Rashid does. Like I think people generally understand the Rashid matchup a lot better now that Rashid's been considered top tier. So I think Pump would have a harder time than he would like earlier in the year. Otherwise, yeah, there's probably not too many other people from NEFGC I'd mention. I would say Badstone hopefully would do pretty well. Like we do have quite a few good players in bracket. And while like Daniel did say this is pretty stacked, I think it's stacked with like 10 players, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna at least occupy a good chunk of the top 16.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully
none
we
of
get
us
like
play each other. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
I mean, we're gonna have to at some point. For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just I really hope that we get like at least 2 people in top 8, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. So the way the Red Bull Battlegrounds is going to work is there's the tournament on Saturday, and that's to get into the actual CPT qualifier on Sunday, which already has 7 people in that top 8. So top 1 on Saturday goes on to top 8 Saturday.
Dude, if the top 1 is from Mass, that would be the sickest thing.
It would be.
That'd be.
And I think if there was a top 1, it'd probably be up to snuff right now.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think he has the best chance. He also has the most kind of travel experience.
He beat Mago.
Yeah. Like he got top 64 at Evo, which is amazing. Like I don't think most of these other people from outside NEFGC who are in bracket on Saturday got top 64.
No,
like,
he's insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, who do y'all think outside of NEFGC or just in general on Saturday will end up actually winning?
I like Wolfkrone.
You like Wolfkrone?
Yeah.
He hasn't been around in forever.
I just like that dude to win.
I would say JB.
You think?
A solid player year round.
That's true. He's been playing.
He's
been getting better.
Like
he did amazing in that team tournament.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's really strong.
And Rashid's top tier. Don't forget.
And he just knows when to press and like knows when to stop. Like he knows when it's his turn, which is always.
Yep.
Oh, LPN's there too. He can do some damage. He's top 8 for sure. If he plays Abigail, he's guaranteed top 8.
I feel like LPN is always like somebody people forget about, and then he just always gets top 8 whenever he enters a tournament.
Yeah.
He just knows so many different characters and is really proficient at all of them. And yeah, his Abigail's nasty. I wouldn't be surprised if
I don't like Snake Eyes to win at all.
No, really, not at all.
No.
Top 8.
Top 8, yeah. I like him for top 8, but I don't like him to win.
Oh, didn't y'all play Snake Eyes today at like Target?
Yeah, we both played him.
We did.
How'd he do? How was Snake Eyes today? How was he looking?
But definitely beatable.
Yeah.
Beatable.
That's the one word I'd describe Snake Eyes as is beatable.
Definitely beatable.
If you had to pick a word for Snake Eyes.
But, he's not like Igor level or anything. Super strong.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised for my pick if Nephew won. We were talking about this earlier, but Nephew is a Korean Kolin player, and like nobody knows Kolin, and Nephew's actually a really good player. So I wouldn't be surprised if he like got top 1 on Saturday and made it into the Sunday tournament for the qualifier. I think that would be really cool to see too, because I like Kolin as a character, and like there's only 2 people who play her. It's Punko and Nephew. That's it. And I guess Kraymore does too, and I think he is in this tournament. So we'll see.
Is Dominion?
Dominion is in this tournament, yes.
Coming.
Oh damn! There's. I'm only looking at the front page right now. So there's a lot.
Yeah. You have to go through all of it. Most of the people that are important are on the front page, but there are a couple.
Oh, I see. Jabali entered.
Yeah, Jabali's in there with his Zangief. Cool Kid's in, who's a great player as well.
Hopefully he dropped Alex and plays the sheet now full time. Hopefully.
Oh, the Cool Kid's coming.
Yeah, the Cool Kid's coming.
Damn, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you're gonna get some good experience.
Fun.
Let me see.
That's gonna be mad fun.
Yeah, crazy how it's in Boston. So that's the crazy part.
Dude, I know. It's so
sick.
I'm
hyped. I hope we get more tournaments like that in Boston too. I'm really happy they chose that.
Yeah, like when I played Snake Eyes today, I got like a taste of what it's gonna be like all weekend, and I was like, I just want to do this 24/7.
Right. I really wish I could enter on Saturday, but I'll have to be satisfied with casuals. Which, if I get casuals against top players, then I'm cool with that. Honestly,
yeah, it'll be fine.
It's free. And this tournament was $10.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Shine was what, like 80?
Yeah. that was ridiculous.
Sucked.
I mean, Shine was free, really, but you know.
Yeah, Shine was free for me.
Yeah, Don't remind Alex Smith though.
Oh.
Don't remind Nick. I feel bad for beating you at Shine, Nick.
I ran it back. I got 3rd place.
You did really good.
Bad. You know what's funny? It was like an $80 tournament. I ended up winning like $80. So it's as if I I just paid for a tea to go there.
True. Very true. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's it for Red Bull. I think it's going to be pretty hype. I'm super happy it's going to be in Boston. I hope that if y'all are listening to this, you show up. Like, if this is going to be uploaded on Friday, which means you'll have time to register. And if you want to spectate, you have to register on Smash GG's Red Bull Battlegrounds page.
Yo, Remy Blue is going to be there too.
Yeah, Remy Blue is going to be there.
Oh.
But yeah, I really hope that y'all register. Make sure that you don't just try to show up because they're not going to let you in.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of weird you have to register early for spectating, but whatever.
What
do you say?
My friend registered yesterday and he said spectating was full, but you guys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm so happy I registered in time then.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, okay, then just pay $10 to get in anyway, and then don't play in tournament,
like
whatever.
That price is so generous. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Like the number of attendees has increased in the past day. Increased by like 100 in the past day.
Yeah.
So I'm not
surprised.
Can't
fit all that people in there.
Yeah, just enter in one of the tournaments, whatever. Yeah, $10 is totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for Red Bull. Y'all have anything else to say?
Just come out, yo. Like it's gonna be so sick. And definitely ask the top players for games because they'll say yes. Like they're not some crazy celebrities just ignore you just because you don't get top 8.
Yep.
Opportunity for professional players coming to Boston, so this would definitely be good experience and good opportunity for just local players and people who just wants to get good at the game.
Yeah, what does the GS stand for? And GS Hambam, is that the hell?
It was an old team. Me and the goons. So me, Tony, and kind of silly.
Okay. I prefer Eagle's new tag or whatever.
SVGU.
SVGU.
Oh, that's been with him for years. He was SVGU. Him and Ramzel.
Well, that's a great tag. So GS doesn't stand for anything right now, though.
Stands for Goon Squad.
Goon Squad. Cool. All right, so we're gonna go to our Sarah questions. I still don't know if we're pronouncing it correctly because Sarah.
There is no way to pronounce this thing.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
It's not possible to pronounce this name. It's so dumb.
Put it in Google Dictionary and then just make it say it and say it like that.
Let's go by that. I'll replace me saying Sarah with Google saying it every single time. Yeah. All right, so we have a ton of questions. We got some new ones after our 3rd podcast as well. So most of this podcast is going to be dedicated to that. Actually, the rest of this podcast is going to be dedicated to that. So I have it up. I'll ask a question. I'll go to Daniel first. We got really good players on this podcast, both Daniel and Burkish. Definitely not me. So I'll have y'all answer the questions for the most part. So first, how do you look for dashes and react to jumps and whiff punish at the same time? I feel as if looking for one makes it hard to react to the other options. So that is by Anonymous. How is it that y'all look for all of these options at once? Or do you even look at all of these options at once? Do you just focus on one thing Daniel?
Usually focus on the opponent dashing to me. I've been trying to get better at like just reacting to dashes lately. And I usually preemptive, if I know they're gonna dash it, I just preemptively throw out like a crouching medium punch or something to like punish the dash. And like I've been also working on my spacing lately. And I'm sure Nick noticed a little bit.
Yeah, no, I seen your whiff punishes.
Yeah, working on my spacing lately with Balrog because I just throw all those rush punches and stuff. I want to play the spacing game with Balrog. So yeah, I've been learning how to like space properly with his crouching medium punch because I think that's one of his best buttons in 12 to whiff punish. So this in this game, Street Fighter 5, it's kind of hard to whiff punish, but
I guess for Balrog, like looking for dashes more so than jumps makes sense just because you have like standing medium punch always available. Like you don't even have to think about the jump that often.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Urian, who has really slow but good anti-airs, right?
I think Balrog has one of the best anti-air because he just press one button and like bam, that's it. Like you don't even have to react to the jumps. You could just press.
You don't even have to do a direction. It's just standing medium punch. That's it. That's crazy.
Yeah. So for me, like, you could kind of do what Daniel said, which is just like he's essentially just saying like he's not like reacting, but he's just gonna do a button timing. Like, so if you dash, he'll catch it. But in general, the way I try to play is I'm always looking for two things at the same time. So in general, I never really look for three things. So like I either look for jump dash, jump button, button dash. Like I never can really, you can't pay attention to all three, at least for Urian. But and you base it on what type of player they are. So obviously if they're a smart player, they'll mix it up. But like in general, the smarter the player, they'll tend to jump and dash less. So you just have to worry more about buttons. So like I feel like you don't have to worry about all three because most players themselves are not thinking about all three at the same time. But what you can do is like if their opponent is just constantly mixing up between like buttons, dashing, and like jumping, you can just kind of do non-committal things. Like if you just start whiffing jabs, like just infinitely because you can just keep doing it into the air, and then they dash, they'll just run into the jab. And then if they jump, you can just like anti-air jab. You know what I mean? Like you can just do like a very non-committal thing that'll just stop them from like pushing forward, and then it'll force them to kind of like chill. But yeah, that's mainly it. Like you want to base it on who you're playing. So like if they're dashing and pressing a lot of buttons, like a lot, and they're jumping every once in a while, just basically just forget the jump exists and then focus on maximum punishing like their dash with like a big, combo or like whiff punishing with like a big button. So yeah, in general, I'd say you want to focus on two things mostly.
I think that's really good advice for like better players like you were talking about. This question might be geared a little bit towards like online play because if they're thinking, oh, there's dashes and jumps and just random buttons everywhere, and I have to think about all of that all the time, then they would get overwhelmed, especially with like lag being super prevalent, right? I know that Nick, you don't really play online that much. Daniel,
really.
do you?
No, I stopped playing rank a long time
Yeah,
ago.
okay. Because like I would love to answer this in terms of how to play
Yeah, no,
online
give
and
the
think about
online
all
answer.
three
I
things.
want the online answer.
The online answer is you do your offense instead. Like you don't want to react to those things online, right? Like if they're doing all three things like semi randomly, like if you're playing like an online Ken, you're not going to be able to react to those things if there's any lag. So
Exactly.
you want to pressure. That's generally how I think about it. Like offline, it's not a big deal. Like you can play like Balrog and do a standing medium punch, or you can be like Nick and think about two different things and then react. You know, online, not so much. I'd like the better the player is that you're playing against. I feel like the more you can be like what Nick said, like non-committal and generally more reactive.
Yeah, but you can also like online. I think it's better to do what Daniel was saying, which is base it off of timing. So like if you think they're gonna do jab jab wait wait a second and dash, then you can do jab jab yourself. Once they do the jab jab, you wait a second and then just like press a button. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And buffer
Because if
something.
they do a frame trap, you'll be blocking because you're doing it in a delayed timing.
Exactly.
So the only way they can counter you online is to whiff punish you, which is not very easy. So
Right.
it's best to like think of their timing of dash instead of reacting when you're online.
Yep. That makes sense to me. All right, so how do y'all feel about EX moves that just give you plus frames in neutral. So like EX Kunai, EX Devil's Reverse, EX Dive Kick, etc., etc. I guess, how do y'all feel about it? That's kind of silly. Nick, you can go first
I
because you
love
have
it.
like a couple moves that do that.
A couple moves. I think there's only one last time I checked, but
Yeah, but EX Tackle still feels like that, even though it's
it's
now
-2. Shut up.
right? I know it's -2,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
-2.
know.
I mean, it's like the problem isn't that they give you plus frames. The problem would be more like if there's no counters to it. So like if something gives you plus frames, it doesn't matter if the move is, you know, like wicked easy to counter, I guess you could say. So like, you know, because like I'll agree, like Urian EX knee is super good just because it's super hard to anti-air. But if it was easy to anti-air, it wouldn't be good. So it's not the plus frames that make it good, it's how easy it is to put them into block stun. But in general, I think that they just need to make it easier to anti-air them. And that's basically it. Like,
So like, oh yeah, so like all these examples given in the question, EX Kunai, EX Devil's Reverse, EX Dive Kick, EX Demon Flip are all like airborne options, and they're all very, very, very hard to anti-air. So that makes sense. But then we have stuff like, you know, Balrog's EX Straight, which is like +1 on block, I think, right? So what do you think about that, Daniel?
I definitely love it.
oh, I'm not surprised.
I think EX it's pretty fair because you're in the meter.
It's pretty what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's fair?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And
Oh,
fair.
I just heard him. I heard an F come out of his mouth. He didn't want to finish that sentence. It's pretty
because you're spreading the meter, but as what Nick said, they should have more counters to EX. Like especially for Balrog's rush punch, you like it's kind of hard to react to. I mean, the only way you can counter that is probably like if you preemptively throw out like a button or if you reversal. But like other than that, you can't just like react to it in neutral.
Right.
But like for like just stuff like airborne EXs, like let's say Ibuki throws a kunai or something, you can like dash under it. Or like for Urians.
EX Kunai you can't dash under.
Oh, you can't dash if she throws it in the air.
You can dash. You can dash. You'll still get hit, but it won't get the full hit.
Right. You'll just get hit. So it's like I guess you can, but it's not really advisable, right?
I'll sometimes
you want to be neutral jumping.
Being airborne against that move sometimes is better than holding the block stun.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you take very minimal damage and they spend a bar.
Yep. Like the only thing Ibuki can do in that situation is do a DP, or she can just convert into a DP, which is fine, right?
Yeah, and then for like Urian's Dive Kick, you can anti-air it. I mean, there's a counter to almost everything in the game, but
you just have to be ready for it. Like,
exactly. But some EX move is kind of dumb, so I think they should definitely like.
I think Cammy's EX Dive Kick is like pretty well balanced, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it because they nerfed it season 2. I think like EX Kunai is actually fine. I think.
Of course
like,
you do.
I know, but I think the issue is her 50/50s. Like she has to spend 2 different kinds of resources to do that EX Kunai, you know. But like other characters don't have to spend those resources, the secondary resource.
And honestly, like it's not that like there's no equivalent of like Young Dive Kick in this game that just like is the neutral like, bypass basically.
Yeah.
Like you need to spend meter. It's like you can't just get it for free.
Very true.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see.
I've seen a lot of Drake can catch these hands.
Yeah, a lot of Drake can catch these hands. I appreciate these questions. Okay, do any of your players in your local scene stand out to you, and why? I'm gonna extend this all the way out to NEFGC in general, and hopefully y'all can say names that aren't normally said, right? Because like we all know like Hambam, Burkish, Zaf, Up to Snuff, Cheeseburger, whoever, and we're all in Boston, so it's not really. I don't think we should just keep it in Boston. So Daniel, like,
I actually hold up. I want to combine this with
Nick.
the next. Do you want to just combine this with the next question because it says what are some of your personalities in your local scene that you find fun?
Mm-hmm.
So we can just kind of combine that to like what players / personalities stand out.
Sure. And since we're combining it, Nick, I'll have you go first.
All right. One person that stands out to me that this dude is hilarious. The Jewish Jew.
The Jewish Jew. Yes.
I love this dude.
Oh man.
This dude is hilarious.
Last weekly at Bounce Patch, he beat Almaz.
Oh my
He
god, that was
almost beat
nuts.
Zaf. It was last game,
That was
last round.
He almost
crazy.
beat Zaf. He's beaten Super John.
He beat Ricky
That's
Icebeam.
nuts. Wow, that's
And this dude is insane. Like he's really good, and he's just like
he dropped Alex. That's why, and he picked.
Yeah,
up
I told him to stop playing Alex, only
Exactly.
play Urian. And he's like, well, I drop combos all the time. I'm like, don't worry, just be kind of random and jump in and figure it out. And he did it. And I'm so proud of him.
But like whenever he talks to me, he talks as if like he knows, like he calls me Zaddy. Like I don't even know what Zaddy means.
He's saying daddy.
But he says it with a Z.
Oh, he is saying it with a Z?
Zaddy.
That's like a thing.
Oh, I don't know then. He calls me daddy. So maybe you're like
Oh,
gender neutral daddy, like you're
I don't
zaddy.
know. But like he always talks like he knows nothing, but then I'll watch him play and like he knows like what he's doing. And then like
that's a
he
switch.
just like pops off. Super hilarious.
What do you say, Daniel?
He flips the switch on, like just like that when you play.
Yeah. Jew is awesome. And you just know he's great by his name.
Oh yeah, for
So,
sure.
Assuming he's Jewish. I actually have no idea.
The Jewish Jew. I think you best be Jewish.
He best be Jewish.
You better.
What about you, Dan?
Favorite personality in NEFGC? Kind of hard to say. I'm gonna have to say Lucky D because he's the man.
Yeah? Going with the simple answer?
Yep, the simple answer.
I mean, everybody knows Lucky D.
Yeah.
We all know why he's like
Other than that,
the best.
I don't know. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, no, I think we were going for like the more unobvious people.
No, I mean that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, that's fine too. At least that's what I thought in my head, I guess. But yeah, Dan works too. I think the only other person I think of is like maybe Almaz.
Oh yeah, the North Shore boys are. pretty-
Because
Shore
like on
boys.
Facebook, I feel like he talks a lot of smack, but then you meet him in real life and he's just like a normal dude. So it's really funny.
Keyboard warriors, dude.
Yeah, for real.
For me, I'd probably say Tony No.
Oh.
Yeah, like I mean Daniel, I'm like, all right, if you're not gonna say Tony, I'll say Tony. Cause like he can play everything. He brings the hype. Like he can do it single handedly, but he usually gets the crowd around him to do it too.
Yeah.
You know, like and he's just a cool dude in general. And like I love commentating with him too. Like he's just so fun.
Well, I hang out with him a lot, so that's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fair.
He didn't want to give him credit.
Yeah. Got it.
But yeah, that's probably it. He's super cool. I'm a big fan. But yeah, all right. So, we can do this next question. It's just like a list. I mean, maybe we could submit it as the top 10 Street Fighter 5 players in New England.
Oh, Watch Mojo,
wow.
BuzzFeed.
The Watch Mojo.
Uh-oh.
And top 5 Marvel players. Do we want to do this?
Marvel
Well,
play?
Ramsell covered Marvel last week.
Yeah, true. So we can do top
Not
10
last
Street
week,
Fighter
that was
players.
2 days ago, technically.
Or we can at least do some kind of like we can probably agree on top 5, you know. So like we'll probably say, okay, Zaf, Burkish, up to snuff, right? For top 3.
Mm-hmm.
We can probably all agree on that.
That's given.
And then from there, where do we go?
Doug.
Yeah.
I would say
Doug.
Cheeseburger consistently since beginning of Street Fighter 5. Very good. He won the first monthly, right? At GU?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And Birdie.
Yep. Right.
Yep. That was hype. That
Yep.
was a good lot of money.
And
Oh yeah, it
then,
was. It was a huge
It's
tournament.
like 600.
honestly, fifth
Was
might
it?
be
Wow.
fifth might be you, Dan. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I think Dan could be top 10.
Well,
Top 10, not top 5.
not putting. I'm not putting anything in order. So like, I'm just.
Yeah,
going
let's
into
just
my top
do
10.
no order. So I'd say Hambam.
All right. I guess
I'd
it's
say
me.
Hambam too.
I'll put Kevin Tech up there.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. Well, didn't you beat F Champ when you went to, where'd you go again?
Brooklyn beatdown.
Was that in bracket you beat F Champ?
Yeah, I beat our champion.
And guilty, right?
Okay, yeah, you're in there then.
Yeah, I mean,
I
so
count
the
it.
way we're doing this for people listening, it's more like feels, you know? Like we're not gonna do like this huge dissection of like, oh well, lately you haven't been entering
Oh,
things,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like
You're
it's
not gonna
be
bring up like analytics. Like we're not that
Yeah, yeah.
fancy. Yeah.
like I would, but I wouldn't for like top 10 lists because they're just like for funsies, you know.
And like
So-
this is just for fun. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, literally.
Yeah.
At all.
So for 6, we got Zaf Burkish, Up to Snuff, Cheeseburger, Hambam, Kevin Tech. So we got 4 more to go. So I'd say
Mhm.
Lucky D.
Alex Smith.
Yep,
I'd say Lucky D's in there.
I was gonna say
Would y'all
Alex.
agree with Dan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he
cool.
wants to play, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all say Alex Smith?
Yeah,
Yep,
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
I
He's
would
too
agree with that.
consistent.
Yep, I would agree with that. 2 more.
I'll put Pumper Jam. Honestly, it's pretty consistent in the mass scene.
Yeah, he got second place. What was that? 2 weeks ago? At Balance Patch?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just when you beat him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Pumper Jam's a really strong player. I think he has.
I'd also put. I'd put Badstone in there.
Yeah. Oh God, we only have 2 left. That makes it so difficult. But I think I can buy Pumper Jam and Badstone for the
Well, who else would
other
it be?
2
Like
in that.
Almaz? Almaz would be like number 11. I feel like.
I wouldn't put Almaz on top 10.
I think it. Yeah, I think Volcanic Akuma.
Oh yeah, damn. Okay, actually no. I replace Pumper Jam with Mike.
Hoji, who doesn't really come out, but I think he's an amazing Akuma player.
Never played him.
So it's hard to know.
Top 10 list is pretty hard, huh?
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't know. Yeah, actually, you know, like Pumper Jam, Mike, and like Badstone are all pretty close.
Yeah, they're really good players.
But they all have like similar. They all have similar results. So.
Yeah, I'll say those like round out. We can't really decide, but it would probably be.
I can't decide.
Yeah. So, Pump. What, Daniel? Do you lean one way or another?
As a Balrog player.
As a Balrog player.
Billy's really good.
Right.
But I think Pumper has the edge on Billy.
Okay.
But then Volcanic Akuma and Pumper, pretty even, right?
Yeah, they're actually they're pretty close.
So you would have like Pump and Volcanic Akuma instead of Badstone. Okay.
I think Pump is a little more solid though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got you. Cool. Well, that's basically our list, and I'll say it. Zaf, Burkish, Up to Snuff. And this is not in order, by the way. Cheeseburger, Hambam, Kevin Tech, Lucky D, Alex Smith, Pump / Volcanic Akuma / Badstone. There you go. Top 11.
There, we can stop talking about it.
There we go. And Marvel, if you wanted to know our top 5 Marvel, ask Ramzel last week in our podcast. Or Daniel, I don't know if you listened to the Marvel episode yet. Do you have like a? Okay, cool. Do you have a quick idea of like your top 5 players?
Got a top 3. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It would definitely be Ramzel, me, and Matt Skews.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, Matt Skews.
The guy who will never be the champ.
Yeah, he'll never be the champ.
All right, cool. That sounds good. Let's see.
All right, hold on. We found the name of the game that you have to catch these hands in, Draken.
Yep, right. So the game I'm gonna catch these hands in is Pokemon Puzzle League. I know somebody talked to me about this, and I'm so sorry that I forget who this was. I think it's Doug. I think so. But then he's gonna like comment like, no, it wasn't me. What the fuck? So we'll see. We'll see if I ever figure out the mystery of which game I'm gonna catch these hands in.
All right, this next question. All right, see, this is why I'm glad it's anonymous, because this next question is kind of dumb. It's like, you know, but this is why I wanted it to be anonymous. So now, like, don't feel like I'm not saying you're an idiot. I just like this question's so weird. What is something you like and don't like about Street Fighter V? It's like that's something that's like an elementary school. Like,
yeah, that's like
I like this.
That's a day 1 question.
That's a day 1 question.
That's what is it? Icebreaker question.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's an icebreaker question.
I like the game. I don't like the game.
I like the characters.
Yeah, they look.
Yo, I love the characters.
I like the way they look. Draken, anything?
Yeah, so I'll just say I like the characters, right? Because like all the new characters, except for Laura, who I think is garbage. Like she should be thrown in the trash. She shouldn't exist. I hate
me,
Laura.
that's Miko.
Everything about her.
Ooh.
Huh?
For me, that's Mika.
For Mika?
I don't like Mika.
But she was already a character. I'm talking about new characters.
Okay. I don't
Whatever.
like Mika in this game.
I love Mika. Mika's the best. Are you kidding me?
Mika.
Yo.
She looks like a sex doll.
She's a Japanese wrestler. If you've seen Japanese wrestlers, that's what they look like. So you're basically hating on Japan.
That's fine.
That's what you're telling me, Nick. Oh, that's fine? Wow.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's messed up, Nick. That's messed up, Nick. Well, either way, I like the characters. What I don't like about Street Fighter V is like, I feel like, so I'm a big frame data person, right? I feel like the frame data is too similar between characters, and that contributes a lot to why all the characters aren't as different from each other as they would be in like Street Fighter 4. Because if you look at Street Fighter 4 frame data, it all looks completely different.
Yep.
Each individual character has a bunch of different moves with different startups, way different active frames, way different recovery, on plus, on block, etc. stuff. In 5, you're like, oh, -2. That means it's safe, except I can DP. Or you'll be like, oh, -3 isn't that bad. -4 isn't that bad. Whatever, whatever. Like, all active frames are like between like 2 and 4 active frames. I could go on about why frame data is super important and why it makes this game feel too, I call it clinical. Like, I can go on about that.
I mean, honestly, I agree that the frame data is too similar, but like, it's also kind of like that ish in like a game like Guilty Gear, where like every character has a forward punch that's an anti-air, every character has a far slash that's a good poke. Like, the frame data and all that is similar. I feel like what's more limited is just the game system in general. Like,
right, I'm just saying it contributes to it.
Oh, it definitely does.
That's just my like and dislike.
Okay. Oh, we're answering this question seriously.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Let's see. What do I like about it? I like how big of an impact it feels once you get like a big hit. You know what I mean? Because the
standing high punch,
crush counter.
Oh, I get a lot of those, but no, like I like when you do a lot of damage, it just feels satisfying.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, even though I'm a Urian player, I hate crush counters.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Definitely not.
True.
All right, Daniel.
Same as Nick, dude. I really like the how you could play super aggressive in this game. You know, as a Marvel player, we love that shit. So, you know, what I don't like is how crush counter buttons are plus, and I'm sure talked about this, how they don't like it. Like, even though
I like how we just don't like the things our own characters have.
Yeah.
Like Balrog.
Like, I don't think it's fair, honestly. Flashing, let's say, Balrog's roundhouse like 10 screens away. You still hit the awesome and get a crush count on him. Cover into full combo. Like, should be plus. Should probably be 0 or something. But
0 would still be so good too. Like, that button is just so good that making it what is plus 2? 3? Right? It's plus 2?
Plus 3 or plus 2? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter. If it was plus 1, it would still be amazing.
That's why I say, like, I really like the idea of making it like, if you're attempting to like have a crush counter button, it should be as if it's like a sweep. Like,
exactly.
Like Karen stand heavy kick, make that -10 or something. like you're literally like, if a sweep is a crush counter, like, because we said like sweep is a fair crush counter. The reason it's fair is because of how punishable it is. Like, how about just make all crush counter buttons sweep punishable?
Yeah, I feel like
that literally solves the game.
Yep.
Agreed. To everything. Like, there has to be a risk to like everything you're throwing out. So like,
right, like a huge button like Karen standing high kick being relatively hard to whiff punish and being only -4 on block is like, the reward is so high.
Exactly.
Why is there so little risk attributed to it? Like, I agree with y'all, of course.
Yeah, and they should also add more whiff recovery as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it should, like, because I feel
just reduce if they can reduce the input lag, then there you go. But
you're asking, you're charting into dangerous waters there, Jake. I don't know about that one, but
you don't want to reduce input lag? Are you kidding me?
I do, but I'm just saying, keep dreaming.
Oh yeah, I know. I will.
Sure, he's gonna get employed by Capcom one day. He's gonna do it for us.
And he's gonna say, "Yo, guys, we should decrease that input lag," and then they're gonna fire him on the spot.
Yeah, I know, right? It's actually why I'm gonna go to the Red Bull pre-party tomorrow, just so I can be like, hire me.
They're gonna throw their mocktails in your face.
Drink this Red Bull up. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's our icebreaker. Near the end of the podcast. So next question: why is Balrog brain dead? Top 5 season 2 characters. This is obviously submitted by KO because at the end of the question it says PS KO is a fraud. And it's talking about Balrog being brain dead. So thanks for the question, KO.
So I feel like instead of talking about this, why don't we just talk about throws for 5 minutes?
Yeah, let's just talk about throws. So throws can hit you full screen. They're unblockable, and
And what happens
there's
if you get thrown in the corner?
Well, you just die.
It's a good
Oh,
game
okay.
from there.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh.
I think throw loops are pretty silly.
I think throw loops are super stupid. Like they
Yeah,
shouldn't. No
I
character
like
should
them for
have
some
them.
reason. I don't know. I feel like
because
if
you
you're
have
in the
What?
no, the reason
You are okay. Go ahead.
okay, you know what? Because like I feel like they only work in the corner, right? So I feel like if you corner someone, there's your reward. I feel like the bigger problem is like I feel like that's the only thing you should get in the corner is throw loops. Like
I think having the opponent be in the corner is its own reward, though, right? Like you
I
don't.
agree, but like I don't know. I have nothing to like. I like the idea of rewarding you a ton for cornering.
I mean,
But,
to
like,
make
I
it
agree it's
fair-
too dumb right now, but like
yeah,
I like it in theory if they balance the game a different way. Like,
exactly. And to make it fair, I think they should give all characters throw loops, if only throw loops. Like, I don't know what was the thought process of taking the throw loop out for Nash.
Right. Yeah.
No idea at all. And they gave Balrog throw loops. Like that was
Yeah.
that
That's
was
so weird. It
mind-boggling.
doesn't make any sense.
That was mind-boggling. I was like, what is this?
and then with no relation to that at all, Daniel switches to Balrog.
no choice at all.
There's no correlation between those two things.
None of that.
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
just-
make any
it's just
sense.
crazy. Exactly.
Top 5. So instead of like Balrog being brain dead, top 5 season 2 characters.
Akuma, Rashid, Ibuki.
Season 2. Season 2.
What does that mean? Oh,
So
the
season
DLC?
2 DLC. Yes. So Akuma, that is a season 2 DLC. Rashid and Ibuki, nah.
Oh, okay.
There's like 5 DLC characters, right?
There's
Dude, I don't
6.
even remember their names, man.
All right, let
Exactly.
me. Okay, here. It's Zeku,
Mhm.
Manat, Akuma, Ed, Colleen, Abigail.
I think Manat definitely be in the bottom.
Really?
Really?
She's worse than Ed, huh?
I think Ed isn't that bad.
There's a 0% chance she's worse than Ed. There's
You think
absolutely
Ed is-
no
you think
way.
Ed- you think Ed is worse?
Oh yeah,
Why is that?
Ed because
Because
Manat's
he plays Ed
V-trigger.
and he'll never admit he's good.
No, I said Ed was good when I initially played him. It's only gone down since.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Well, okay, so like Manat, because first Manat has actual like results through Goichi, and she has a V-trigger that wins her the game, and she has like Dalsum-esque limbs that are hard to whiff punish. You know, like that's basically
I
why.
feel like she's season 3 top tier.
She can definitely be season 3 top tier, but I think right now she's perfectly fine.
So you
Low
think
mid,
Ed is
low mid.
Like I think Ed is the worst out of all of them,
Yeah.
and most people would probably agree with me. Let me see. Okay,
Um,
so Manat, Ed, Zeku, Abigail, Colleen, Akuma. Great. So top 5 or top 6. I don't know why I said top 5 in the question.
I think Ed is the worst. Colleen is the second worst. Zeku is the third worst. Then what's left? Manat, then Abigail, then Akuma. I think.
Oh, that's a pretty decent list.
I agree with that. So it would be what Akuma, Abigail, Manat, Colleen, Zeku, Ed.
Well, no, I put Zeku above Colleen.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think they're interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think
But-
Zeku's that bad, to be honest.
I think better than Colleen isn't that great.
Every day on Twitter, I see some new crazy tech, and pretty soon
Yeah,
he'll be the best
it's
character in the
pretty
game, man.
I mean, he might be season 3 top tier too.
He might be.
He
currently
definitely
top
might
tier,
be.
We don't know.
Pretty unique
Um,
character.
He is. I agree. I think he's really cool. So Hambam, you only really said Manat.
So I'll just start from number 1.
Mhm.
I said Kuma.
Mhm.
Oh,
Abigail.
what is it? I keep forgetting. What are the other characters? Holy crap.
Colleen, Ed, Zeku, Manat.
I'll say Zeku.
Okay.
Zeku. In Ed them or not. So it was kind of switched up with
Okay.
y'all.
Wait, so it was Zeku.
Zeku, Ed them or not. It was the
Ed.
same list. It was the same list, but basically the
Oh.
last 2 are different.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Ed them or not. Yeah.
So Akuma, Abigail, Zeku, Colleen, Ed, and Manat.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
All right, this next question I really like because I read it out of context. Let's see, biggest dick in the New England FGC. So like, I don't know if you want to get some rulers out, some measuring tapes, but I don't know what you were thinking.
Biggest dick, damn.
yeah.
I want to say Balrog.
Someone's curious, you know. You gotta. These are the real questions.
The real man
You only
questions
get
right
these on
here.
these type of podcasts. The Ultra Chan ain't talking about this.
We're gonna have to come back next month.
Yo,
for that.
did you see Lucky D recently share a post by K-Brad that was made like 4 years ago about the most handsome men in the FGC,
that was 4 years
and
ago?
Lucky D was S tier. Y'all see that?
Was that really 4 years ago? Yeah, I've seen it.
It was
Well,
4
he
years
shared
ago.
something
Yeah.
Today about the best people in the FGC, and this was
No, best looking. That's what that was. It was
Oh,
best
was
looking.
it?
Yeah, yeah. I'll share it with you.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, Daniel was S tier. So this question is
Sure.
kind of related, but I think this is just face looks, you know. So here, I'll send it to you. But anyway, to answer this question, I don't know if we're gonna actually answer this question.
I'm gonna go with the Jewish Jew.
You think it's the Jewish Jew?
Probably.
Yeah.
Best looking?
Oh, I thought we were talking about biggest dick.
Damn.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
You might not be. I don't know.
I'm about to say Derek Bunn.
Derek Bunn.
You would know, wouldn't you?
You would know.
I wouldn't know anything.
I don't know. You sounded
I wouldn't
confident
know
with that
nothing.
answer.
Not as confident as you are with the Jewish Jew, Zaddy.
Oh no, exposed.
Exposed. Let's. Okay. I think what this question actually means is like, who's got the biggest ego? I think that's the idea.
That's what they actually mean, but
Yeah. But like,
you got to add some more context to that.
yeah, come on. We already answered what the question is written down as. So
Biggest ego is anybody that posts on Facebook
true.
about things that aren't like news related. There you go.
There you go. Top 3 best Urians. I think there's only one best Urian, and that's Burkish. There's no other Urians.
Jewish Jew got to be up there, man. Come on.
He's
Oh,
best.
okay. Sorry. Number 1, Burkish. Number 2, Jewish Jew, and that's it.
Okay.
All right.
3, Kamithia?
Oh, 3 Kamithia, yo. Number 3 is Kamithia. You're right.
Okay.
Ooh,
Apparently
that's
she is
solid.
at NEFGC, right?
I think she is.
I've never seen her before, but I think she is. Yeah.
Facts. I don't know. I don't remember if that was her though. I think she was playing Bison. You remember Nick?
Oh, you're thinking of someone else. I remember who you're talking
Oh,
about.
it wasn't her?
That was someone else.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yo. So there's gonna be a shoe match,
Yeah.
and a shoe match is a legendary mythical thing that has not happened since Street Fighter V began. And the idea is that Doug said he would challenge anybody in NEFGC to a shoe match. What that means is you basically put up your shoes for a 1st to 5 or a 1st to 7 or whatever, and the winner walks away with the opponent's shoes. And so what's going to be going down this Saturday at Red Bull is a shoe match between Doug and Almaz. And Almaz said he didn't really want Doug's shoes, so Doug just put up, I think, $100. But Almaz still has to put up his shoes, whatever he wears, to the venue. He's not allowed to bring another pair of shoes. So Doug said he could double up on socks if he was cold.
Oh man.
And it's going to be a 1st to 7, so no character lock or anything like
what
that.
started this again? I honestly forget.
I think it was just like Almaz wrote
Oh, I remember now.
change list that he wanted on Facebook, and then Doug was like, well, I don't want to listen to anybody who blames the game instead of themselves on losing.
Ooh.
That's right. That's right.
So I am so
updates,
hyped
yeah.
for a shoe match to actually happen. I am so hyped.
It better happen. They better not flake.
Yeah. So.
Oh well, Doug won't flake. He'll be there.
Fake. Who do you think? Who do you guys got? Who do you think is gonna win?
I mean, Cheeseburger's gonna win.
Cheeseburger. I know. So Miguel, one of the North Shore boys, is actually betting $50 on Almaz against like everybody ever. So if you want to make some $50, maybe I'll be wrong, but if you want to make $50,
I bet 50 on Doug. I mean, the thing is, Almaz is good. Like he's a good player.
Yeah.
He just never pulls through.
He did against Batstone, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he did then, but I think Doug's adaptation is really good.
Doug is definitely more solid. He has more travel experience. He plays more on a regular basis.
Yep.
On a reg, like up to top is actually one of the best players in Mass. So playing one of the best, you eventually become the best.
Yeah.
I agree.
And Cheeseburger, when he was at the recent, it wasn't that recent. It was like that team tournament at Platinum City, and he just destroyed everybody.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was crazy.
Yep.
I think
All right, so
Almaz will put up a fight. I don't think it'll be free.
I don't think it'll be free.
No.
It is a first to 7, so there'll be quite a ways.
As long as Doug doesn't pick Vega.
Oh yeah,
for
right.
the first 3 games.
I know, right?
No.
Oh my god.
That hurts me.
Oh yeah, so we did have a grudge match happen last Friday, and we kind of alluded to that with our throws OP kind of comments earlier. There's a grudge match between Super John and KO at Balance Patch, and that was hype. I encourage y'all to watch the archives. Almaz was one of the commentators for that first to 7 between Super John and KO.
It was
that
hype.
was KO's Vega and Balrog versus Super John's Urian. I'm sure if you watch the stream, if you watch the VOD, Almaz will go over the history between the two and why there's a grudge match in the first place. But yeah, y'all should watch that. That was a great grudge match. It was really fun to see that in person at Balance Patch. Really fun.
Yep.
Yeah, so the other questions, one is from Doug, and these would be our last ones, I believe. So when Doug says, when people say a certain matchup is 5.5 to 4.5, what does that even mean? Do you think people hold these numbers to a higher value?
The way I look at that is slight favor.
Mm-hmm.
But like technically, if you had to put in a number value, that's how you would say it. But just ignore that and just say this character has slight favor, because that's pretty much 90% of the matchups in this game is slight favor.
Yeah, so like it wouldn't be a scientific number or anything. It's just a way to say slight favor.
Yeah.
Yep. So like 6-4, I think would actually be favored.
Yeah.
And then 7-3 would be like very hard.
Oh, interesting.
What do you say the same thing, Daniel?
I honestly never really got into those like that detailed matchups.
Yeah.
No,
I learned how to tap, so now I don't care.
I never really got into like the like the frame data or like matchup knowledge and stuff like that. Like 7-3, whatever, 6-4. Like honestly, that doesn't matter to me. Like I never go into a match thinking like, oh, this is favorite toward this character or favorite toward me. Like I just play the game the same way as I do mostly.
Gotcha.
I mean, whatever works.
Yeah.
If you got your tap, if you got your crush. Well, the thing is, you don't even tap, so never mind.
No, he taps now. I played him yesterday.
Does he? I played him yesterday too. I don't think you tapped at all.
I didn't feel like doing it against you.
I got you. I was playing a new character anyway. I was just gonna get bodied either way. And then one more question, and this is just a really nice, easy one. Top 5 Street Fighter V songs, and we can just say like 1 or 2, of course. Like
Take This
themes
Higher
that you like. And this is from KO.
Yeah.
Take This Higher, yo.
I'm sorry, I feel like I shit on KO all the time. I actually do love KO.
Yeah, no, KO's great. No, KO's great.
I do love you, KO.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say my favorites first. Number 1 is definitely Fong's theme. I think Fong's theme is godlike. It's like this super spy kind of cool theme, and then it breaks.
See, you would like that theme because that theme sucks.
No, I think it's godlike.
And the character sucks.
The character sucks. The character's
That's
ass.
true.
But the theme's really good. And then I like Take This Higher, which I did put at the end of every podcast now. And then I love the Christmas stage theme, which you hear at the beginning of every podcast. That one's just really good, kind of big bandy music.
Yeah, I love Manat's theme.
Oh yeah, it's cool, right? I pointed out to you yesterday.
It was just so relaxing. Like I was like zoning out listening to it. Super relaxing.
I'm about to say Ed. That shit is pretty hype.
You like the rap?
You like Ed's theme?
It's pretty hype, dude. It gets you in the groove.
Ugh, it's like the worst hip hop yeah, I know, right?
The Eminem wannabe.
Yeah.
No.
And then of course, Giles, dude, you can't go wrong with that.
Just back out of my way. Get out of my face. I don't know.
That's like Jake Paul. Classic. Like Jake Paul wrote that.
And I believe that.
What else? I like Urian's theme personally.
I don't remember it. I remember Crazy Chili Dog. I remember his Street Fighter 3 theme. But
the Street Fighter 5 one is kind of a remix of it.
Yeah, but it's like very hard to like hear the old song in it.
Yeah.
It's a really weird remix.
Fighter 5, but I like Dudley's theme.
Dudley's
pretty
theme. Yeah,
good,
Dudley's
yeah.
theme is so good.
Yeah.
Like
I-
even the 4 remix of it was pretty good. I love Makoto's theme too. Like the Street Fighter 3 characters' themes were just amazing. That's it. Like
Yeah.
there's if
There are
we're
some themes I hate. Like I hate Birdie's theme.
I don't
It's
remember
like
it.
Yeah.
weird dubstep.
Nobody plays Birdie like that.
Oh,
So.
the real question is, do you like Jury's theme?
Oh, you mean the worst theme of all time?
I like it
They
before it
literally were
actually
like-
becomes a song.
I think what happened was there was a day before she was being released. They're like, shit, we forgot to make a theme.
Yeah.
So like they just like found some instruments and was like hitting some bongos and like hitting some triangles or like yeah whatever, just upload it.
Ooh, if it was bongos though, that'd actually be cool.
I forget. I honestly don't remember the song. Like it could, they could have a tiger in it. I don't remember what's in it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, unfortunately. I mean, I don't like the character anyway, so it's fine. But whatever.
Yeah, she just sucks in every aspect
Yep.
possible. Even her visual design, she looked way better in 4.
Yep, I agree. I'm happy they brought her nostalgia costume back. All of the nostalgia costumes actually look really good. I mean the Street Fighter. Let's see, the Jury nostalgia, the Alex nostalgia, and the Ibuki nostalgias all look great.
You know what? We could talk real quick about like tournament nerves if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Because this is an important topic for this Saturday.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, so this is just me freestyling because I literally just thought about this. But one
Freestyle.
thing I will say about tournament nerves is that the way you solve tournament nerves is with complete confidence, even if you think you're gonna lose. Like
Exactly.
if you just go in feeling ridiculously overconfident
Mm-hmm.
and just like I think Marlon Pie always said like go for like the hard combo you hit 1 out of every 5 times. You know what I mean? Just like if you just have a ton of confidence, you won't be nervous because you'll just be feeling yourself so much.
And if you miss it, forget it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
and
don't
like
worry about it.
another important thing is like I said, be super confident and also don't be emotional at all. I don't know if that sounds kind of contradictory, but like
I agree with you.
No, I know what you mean.
like
Yeah.
if you get hit by a wake up DP, you don't go damn it. Like you literally just like go like okay, he hit me, he made a like this isn't like a one player game where you're just gonna dominate the whole time. Like if they do
Yep.
something smart, you have to acknowledge, even if it seems dumb. Like oh, he hit me with tap and I insta died. You just have to be like oh well, like I can't turn back time. Like you just gotta like calm yourself down and just keep focusing. Because if you lose track, the opponent that hit you isn't losing focus. So you have to always be like I recommend even maybe drinking an energy drink because your eyes should be like lasered to that screen.
Yeah.
Basically, this is all I have to say.
I completely agree. That's it.
Boom.
Nice and simple.
Adding to Nick's thing, usually I think like tournament nerve is one thing that holds a lot of people back. People have tournament nerves like when they play like a pro player. So I think you should just like look at everybody the same way. Like don't treat them like a pro player. Just treat them as like another opponent you're gonna play. Like just treat them as a normal being. Like don't give them any special treatment or anything just because you're playing like Daigo or
Treat them with disrespect.
exactly.
No, honestly, the thing is like, I think like what Daniel says right was like almost don't even treat them with disrespect, but don't treat them with respect. Like just treat them like they're anybody. Because like if you change your playstyle just because you're playing Daigo, then you're gonna lose. Like just
I mean,
have your normal
treating
playstyle.
a pro with like quotes disrespect is treating them like everybody else. you know?
Basically. Yep.
Like
guess,
Phenom doing 4 command grabs on Daigo is something he would do on literally everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's human. Everybody gets bodied.
Yeah.
Beatable.
Beatable.
Hopefully everybody's beatable.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, so I hope everybody does well at Red Bull Battlegrounds this weekend because everybody is beatable. I think a lot of the players that we mentioned that would do well, they don't have tournament nerves at all.
Yeah.
No,
So-
yeah. If you go in nervous against any of these players, you already lost.
Exactly.
Yep.
You just got to go in with the right mindset and just
Whoop them.
exactly.
Just whoop them.
Just put them in
Play
the corner and
Mika.
throw
Don't
them.
worry about it.
Just play them like how you do in your bedroom. Like just play, like how you play online or something. I don't know. Just play the game.
Just play like you're kicking back,
Pretty
drinking
much.
some Red Bull,
Yeah, drinking your mocktails.
your mocktails. Yeah, I think that's it for this podcast
Sweet.
for
Yep.
this week. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all.
See ya.
Later.